By 3 to 5 right here on Massive Metro with me, Penny. It's Siza with DJ Maporisa. It's called Bank Notification. Featuring Madumani as well. It's 14 minutes after the hour 4 o'clock. We'll continue to give you great music and great conversations. So we're going to get into this conversation with my guest, businesswoman Refilwe Tau, talking to us. She is the founder of Opulent Beauty and Keamo Premium. Is that how you said it? Is it Keamo?
Keamo.
Keamo.
Yeah.
Okay, what does Keamo mean?
Keamo means basically how I came up with the name is I'm a twin mom. So I took my kids' names and I combined them. You know, so Keamo. So I put them together. I got Keamo. But then I was meeting a friend and I'm like, listen, I've got this cool name. It's Keamo. And she was like, you mean Keamo? Keamo, South Africa. I'm like, oh, yes, Keamo.
Oh, that
so
also
that's
works.
how the name stuck.
Oh, my God. That is so creative. Okay, so it's a jewelry brand that is new, fresh, and exciting and will cater for both to men and women with a good sense of style. So tell me about it. Firstly, where are you from? Where were you born in this beautiful country of ours? So it's time for you to plug your...
Limpopo. So I was born in Limpopo, born and raised there until matric. After matric, I came to Joburg to study at Boston.
Okay.
And that's when the business bug bit me.
Okay.
I started my first business then on campus.
Yeah.
And then that's me.
So what were you selling on campus?
I was selling hair. So I've always loved weaves, right? So on campus, I was called the weave girl.
Okay.
So all the girls on campus would be like, Refilwe, where are you getting your weave? Plug us. And I'd just give them a contact like, Twara, man.
Yeah.
This is the lady that, supplies me.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, girl, you can be smarter.
So you started buying the hair and then you put a markup and you just started selling.
I became the middleman, So I take their money, run to my connect in Josie, get the hair, run back to them, deliver, get my profit. And it grew, so on and so forth.
Wow. Okay. So what? So you have a beauty salon as well?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So we are based at River Sands, at the River Sands Incubation Hub, and we're called Opulent Beauty. We're also online, so everyone can buy from our e-commerce store on www.opulent.com.
Okay. So obviously, in terms of the Opulent Beauty, is it just weaves only or other
At this point, it's weaves only because of COVID. So obviously, when COVID happened, we had to cut down on the other services, and we were like, how can we continue to pivot even throughout the COVID? We're like, let's go into e-commerce.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's sell something online, so people don't necessarily have to come into our store.
Yeah.
We can get everything ready for you and just send it out through to you. So that's currently what we're doing now.
So do you only sell to direct sale, I want to buy a weave, or do you sell to people who own businesses? What's your...
Yeah, we've got both clients. So we've got people who are resellers who buy from us and then they sell wherever they are, and then we have people who just buy for themselves.
Okay. All right, so let's talk as well about the Keamo, which is your other business. It's a jewelry line.
Yeah, so Keamo basically is a concept that I conceptualized and came up with within the lockdown. So when lockdown hit, the hard lockdown last year, I was home very confused, like, oh my gosh, Refilwe, what are you going to do with yourself? And there was a lady I was listening to, and she said, if you've ever had a dream or an idea and you felt like you've never had the time to execute it, now is the time, because we're all home doing absolutely nothing. So I started going online and I'm like, okay, great. If I wanted to now have Keamo or start this business, what can I do? And I started learning about e-commerce, and someone was like, this is the time to start an e-commerce brand because the world is going digital. So that's how I started it, slowly, surely, and we're here now. It's been 12 months of planning, and finally we've launched. And
okay, so are your products manufactured in SA? Are you importing them? How does it work?
Okay, so we import all our products. So in SA, what we do is we just conceptualize and design. Then we send the design overseas, and they make all the products, send them to us. What is done in SA is our packaging. So all our packaging is locally manufactured. Okay.
All right. That's my guest this afternoon, Refilwe Tau. We're chatting to her this afternoon in the show. She is an entrepreneur, and she's in the beauty and jewelry space, of course, talking to us about her businesses. It's Opulent Beauty as well as Keamo Jewelry. We're coming back with more after this. So we're talking to a young woman here who is focused on building her own business in the beauty industry as well as in the jewelry industry. Now, The beauty industry is very, very hectic. You know, in terms of like the hair space, how are you making sure that your services and what you bring in is unique?
So we always ask our clients, what do you want? So we engage a lot with our clients. We're always asking them, how can we become better for you? How can we have a more personalized service specifically for you? That's why we went into customized wigging.
Okay.
So every client will tell us, this is the type of wig I want. This is how I want it done. And this is how I want it colored or straightened or curled. And we ensure that we send them exactly that. So yeah, it's all about communicating with our clients and ensuring that we're giving them a personalized and customized service.
So in terms of like, you know, now with COVID, you know, as you said, you sort of like had to pivot how you do things. You have to do things differently versus how you were doing it. What are some of the key learnings during this time?
So what we've learned now is we can't do things the same way we were doing them before. Like before COVID, we didn't have a website.
Yeah.
So we were not selling on a website. You had to physically come to a store and purchase from us. But what we learned now is that we can sell to everyone in the country if we just go through the e-commerce. Or even outside the country. Yeah, we've got clients in Zim, we've got clients in Botswana, we've got clients in Namibia. So now we've learned that we can sell, you know, everywhere if we go online. And we've also learned that it's so important for us to always keep check with our customers and communicate, because in this time there's a lot of delays. You know, when using courier, sometimes there's delays in the packages. So we've learned that good communication is everything when it comes to customer service.
Okay, so now the jewelry sector is a whole other world as well. Getting into that space, creating a product that is marketable. How was that journey for you?
Oh my gosh, it was such an exciting journey, I can't lie, and mostly because I had so much time to work on it. Because remember, in the hard lockdown, I think we were home for like a good 3 months doing absolutely nothing. You know, all we did was cook, eat, watch TV. So in that space, what I did is I started looking for suppliers, started looking for factories, started getting samples, you know, also getting a few people who help us design the watches, you know, because I don't design myself. You know, we outsource people who really know what they're doing, and then they help us in there, taking them to the factory, liaising between the two. So it was a long journey, but it was a beautiful one. Absolutely enjoyed it.
Okay, so then the products as well, are they now available online? How do people access them?
So the products are available online. We are selling on an e-commerce platform. So on our website, it's keamo.co.za, so they can get them there, or they can come to our offices at the Riversands Incubation Hub and purchase directly from us.
Guys. Yeah. Okay. So is that the same with the hair products?
Yes.
Is that if they came to the incubation? Okay. What are the offerings or the benefits of working from a space like that?
So basically, we have a lot of assistance in terms of like, you know, when you're running a small business as a black girl, sometimes you can't run your books. You don't really know what is happening in your book. So we've got assistance in that department. If we have stuff that we don't understand, maybe we need a lawyer, we need contracts, you know, we're now working with suppliers and we don't know how to really sort out disputes. They come in and they help us. And of course, they also help with things like our rentals are much better, you know, financing for specific things. They help us with that. So being under an incubation hub has been a great experience.
So obviously, you know, with everything that our country's going through outside of COVID and all of that, we see that a lot of like young business people, you know, are affected. But more than anything else, you know, when we look at the unemployment statistics in our country, young people are really the bigger bulk of those who don't have jobs or they don't know where to start. And everyone says, you know, you might have an idea, you might have a business idea, why don't you start a business? In terms of like, you know, sort of like words of encouragement or tips that you can give to someone who says, I also actually have an idea to do something. What can they do? How can they start?
So I think if you have an idea, you know what, it's so important. First of all, if you believe in it, it's worth every cent. It's worth all the sleepless nights. It's worth all the hustle that you'll go through. So if you have an idea, you know, don't give up on it because you don't have money. Try find a way to start with the little that you have, you know. So for example, if you wanted to start a jewelry line, obviously manufacturers and factories will tell you need to buy like a minimum quantity of maybe 1,000 or, you know, start small. So tell them, listen, how about that I I get a few samples from you just to see the quality and show them to your friends. See if your friends are willing to buy that. Then open pre-orders, you know. Let people pay before you can actually get the product. Because if people can say, wow, I actually like what you're selling, they'll be willing to pay for it even if you don't have it on hand. And with those proceeds that you'll be getting from all these people who love your products, then you can go and place a bulk order with your manufacturer or something like that.
That's a good idea. That's definitely a good idea. What are the websites for people to like find out more on the stuff that you do?
So Keamo's website is Keamo, which is KEAMO.co.za, and then opulentbeauty.com. Then we're also on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Keamo_premium, at Keamo Premium on Twitter as well, and then Opulent Beauty on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. Well, guys, there you have it. You can support Refilwe Tau's business. It's the jewelry business as well as the Opulent Beauty to find out more about what they do. You know, that's what it is. The idea is to get the rent to circulate as many times as possible, so we can support our entrepreneurs and have products that are a representation of us. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you so much.
Afternoon stuff. Well, we're back with more right here on Massiv Metro. We're going to take a look at what's going on in the world of sports, and then we will also give you a traffic update for this afternoon. Your time check is 16:29.